Hello, my name is G244. Today we're going to be starting a series called How Bad Is It? In this series we'll be looking over some of the lesser used slash underused skills in Path of Exile and asking how bad are they or how bad is it? The main point of the series is to take a look and see if there's any way to utilize some of the least used skills in the game, see if there's any potential to be used as a primary or even potentially a secondary skill. I'm starting out with Conversion Trap as a bit of a meme in the community. It's not a skill that is used by basically any build at all at this point. I'd like to get suggestions for things to improve on before getting into skills that could be someone's favorites, but are also underused. I just don't want to insult anyone by misrepresenting their favorite skill. And so yeah, any suggestions you have, just leave them in the comments, and I'll take a look at everything if anyone has any suggestions. So what kind of things are we going to be covering in this? So we're going to be looking at a general overview of the skill, just looking at what the skill actually does, just going through the primary quality and alt qualities, taking a look at everything there. We'll be looking at the viabilities of primary skill. See if you can use it as a primary clear or bossing skill. Then we'll be looking at any special interactions that it might have, which would be like, yeah, just anything that you wouldn't think of being a good combo, like specific uniques that could enhance the item or enhance the skill to be to make it very useful or whatever. Next, we're gonna be looking at the helmet enchants, just see if there's any helmet enchants that would help the build out if you're trying to use it to augment your build. And then we'll be going over just concluding everything and giving it a rating of F to A, just so we have like a scale of how good or bad the skill is overall. So let's get right into the general overview. So general overview, the skill has 3 charges on an 8-second cooldown. The only thing that increases with the skill level is base durations. The minion or the converted enemies do count as allies and not minions, so things like minion life support and minion damage support would not help at all. The only viable supports that I was able to find for Conversion Trap is going to be increased duration and advanced traps. Advanced traps would reduce the cooldown, which is 8 seconds by default, and increased duration would increase the duration that enemies are converted. Skill effect duration also increases that amount of time, but it may not necessarily be a good thing to increase the base duration on Conversion Trap too much, because you still want to kill those enemies once they are converted back to an enemy. Viability is a primary skill. No, basically is just the answer. The clear speed, I'm going to show a video of me. I didn't really min-max it, but this is about as good as you're going to get on Conversion Trap. The only other thing that I could see helping would be the alt quality of Conversion Trap. Gives converted allies deal 40% increased damage, which isn't like, or I think it's 20% damage. I believe it's 1% per quality, so it's 20% increased damage, which isn't really that impactful. The only thing that you can really use it for clear, or the only thing that you get from using it for clear is just converting an enemy and then having the other enemies kill it. That's the only way that it really works for clear at all. And then bossing is pretty much non-existent. You cannot convert uniques, and most bosses do not summon enough adds to make it worthwhile at all. Like, it just doesn't work very well. Alright, so then viability is secondary skill. It's extremely limited. The one scenario, or well, there's a couple of different scenarios that could potentially be useful for it, but it'd probably be better to just kill everything in most of those scenarios. One of the scenarios would be if there's like an enemies or allies cannot die totem, or allies cannot die rare. You can convert that, and then it would not apply to the enemies anymore. That'd be one potential use of it, but once again, it would still just be better just to kill that totem or kill that enemy. And then there's one build that I found that used it back in 3.4. I don't remember which league that was, but They're using it in Delve. They would, at very low depths, enemies have huge amounts of life and damage. So they would convert one enemy in a pack. The other enemies would kill that enemy, and then they would detonate its corpse and just destroy the whole pack because the life of that enemy was so massive. Um, that's pretty much the only thing you can really use it for as a secondary skill that I can think of. Next is the helmet enchant. Conversion trap has 30% increased cooldown recovery rate. It's pretty useful. It would make it, I would say it'd be mandatory if you try to use it in any serious capacity, which I don't know why you would, just based off of what we looked at so far. Um, with advanced traps at level 20 and this helmet enchant, you would get the cooldown down to 3.4 seconds, which would mean, yeah, so I mean that's still not great cooldown wise. Um, and then special interactions. So it's anything that affects allies will affect these people that you can, or the enemies that you convert. For example, Kingmaker would give them increased rarity, Coaling Strike, Crit Multi, and 10 stacks of Fortify. And Victoria's Flight would give 10% increased movement speed for you and nearby allies. That would count towards the allies that you have. The other major downside of Conversion Trap is that since they are allies and not minions, they will not follow you. They will just stay around the area that you convert them at. So you can't use them to really clear, even if you could get their damage really high. And in conclusion, Conversion Trap is a skill with very limited use cases. Even those that it has are not very good. I would not recommend trying to make a build around this skill. There's not enough ways to scale it realistically. I would give it an F on the rating scale from F to A, so bottom of the barrel. Yeah, so I will be trying, the next episode I'm going to be going for another meme skill, doing siphoning trap, and we'll see how that skill turns out. I have a feeling that would be a lot better than conversion trap, but I know it's still a meme skill, so we'll have to see. Alright, have any suggestions or anything like that, leave down in the comments, and any suggestions or like improvements that you can think of, just let me know, and be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you. Every day.